Hello. In this short video, I want to talk about the new features that are now available in the 0.3.0 release of the Chocolatey extension for Azure DevOps. Now, as you can see here in our release notes, which will be linked in the description below, there was a new feature added to this extension, which now allows you to install or upgrade Chocolatey when you're running it within your Azure DevOps pipelines. Now, if you're using a hosted build agent, then Chocolatey is already installed on the machine, but it may be necessary to upgrade to a newer version if it hasn't made it onto the base box yet, or if you're using your own hosted or internal DevOps build agents, then you may want to install Chocolatey on that machine as part of the build process. So this task that now ships as part of the extension makes that possible. Now, the reason this came about is that a community member, David Gardner, actually created a new extension that did just that. And what I did was I suggested to him that it would make sense to combine that effort into the single extension that is this Chocolatey extension for Azure DevOps. So that's what we've done. David did a PR into the Azure DevOps extension on the Chocolatey community repository, and we've now shipped that as part of this release. So what you'll find now is if you go over to your Azure DevOps pipelines and you go to create a new job or add a task to an existing job, then you'll see that there are now 2 Chocolatey tasks available once you have this extension installed as part of your organization. So this one, you see here, this one is by me, so get13. Maybe if I just zoom in a little bit here. So this one is the existing task that shipped in the 0.2.0 release of the extension, and that includes the ability to do an install of a package, an upgrade of a package, etc., etc. But you'll see that there's a new one, which is the Chocolatey tool installer, which is by David. So this is very similar to the NuGet tool installer that is part of the NuGet extension for Azure DevOps. So we go ahead and add this. What we've got here are there's not much to it. There's literally, it's a single task that does one thing, which is install Chocolatey. There is a force command here that if for some reason you need to force the installation, then you absolutely can do that. And then once you've added that task to your job, that's literally it. So it will either check to make sure that Chocolatey is installed, and if it's not, it will install it. And if you do a force of the installation, it will force the installation on top of what's already there. So that's pretty much it. It's a new feature. Hopefully it kind of completes the story in terms of using Chocolatey on Azure DevOps. There's a couple of issues that have been added as a result of bringing this functionality in, so look for that in a future release of the extension. But for now, that's it. Hopefully this has been useful to you, and thank you very much to David for making this possible.